Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to draft your basic bodice blog. Now as a beginner, this video is going to help you to understand how to fix your body measurements on your fabric and in the right places as well. Now if this sounds like what you want to learn, stick around with me and let's get started. My name is Adorable Secrets and you're welcome back to my channel. Here is what we'll be using for this drafting. I have my pattern paper already and I have my curved rulers. They come in different sizes, they come in different shapes, but they are all curved rulers. So anyone you have that will work for you, fine. You can even use your free hand. It's still okay. Now I also have my straight ruler. I'll also be using this as well. So let's get right into this tutorial. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into two. I'm using the word fabric because let's assume that this is your fabric that you're working with. This is a pattern paper. Now you're going to fold it into two, and then you might want to ask, how would you know the extent to which you are folding to? Now this is what I am doing. I'm using the larger part of my measurement, divide it by 4, add your desired allowance, and whatever you have, you're going to place it horizontally like you see me do here. I'm trying to check if I have folded excess or I have folded less. So use the larger part of your measurement to check if you're folding it's okay. If it is too much, you know that you're going to be wasting your fabric, then you reduce it. Now this upper part, I'm going to be using it as my starting line. It's already straight, so there's no point ruling any line at the top. I'll be using that as my shoulder. Next thing I want to do is to take the length of whatever it is that you're working with. Remember, I am only drafting a basic bodice, so I'm showing you how to impute your measurements. You can be making a gown, you can be making a shirt, anything you're making, just take the length of whatever you're making. And this is me taking the length of the top that I am making all the way. I added allowance of about 1.5 inches allowance. Coming right up, I'm taking my under bust measurements. I'm using my under bust measurement as 13.5. This is my under bust measurement. And now the next thing, you also mark your nipple point measurements if you are working with a style that requires the nipple point measurements. Measure it up. The next thing I want to take is my chest line. I'm using a chest line of 9 inches, guys. Now for you to get your chest line, divide the person's bust, divide your client's bust by 4 inches. Whatever you have after dividing the bust measurement, that is going to serve as your chest line. You can end up removing 1 inch from it. You can use it like that. So I'll just rule my lines together. Now this is my shoulder measurements, but first I'm going to label my chest line. The second line is my nipple points. The third line is my under bust measurements. The fourth line is the length of what I'm working with, which is the top length, and the last line is the allowance. So you can decide to go all and on all the way down. After your waist, the next thing you get is your hips and then the full length of your gown, but we are not going all the way down, so we are just stopping it halfway. Now I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2. I'm using a shoulder of 15. If you divide 15 by 2, you get 7.5, and I'm using 8 inches, half inch for seam allowance. On the same line, you're going to have your neck line. On the same line with your shoulder, you're going to have your neckline. Both your neck and your shoulder are on the same line. Now the next thing, you come down like you see me do here. Just come down by half an inch. Mark it half an inch from the shoulder. Then you're going to slant it all the way. Using a straight ruler, you slant it all the way to meet with your neck line. This is going to serve as your shoulder slope. And on this part is going to be my shoulder dropping. I'll use a ruler to connect from the shoulder top down to my chest line. But first, let me duplicate my measurements so that I can have a straight line. Here I am marking 8 inches all the way to meet with my chest line, and I'll just draw a straight line to connect it to the chest line. Okay. Go ahead and take your neck depth. I'm using 3.5 like you can see. This one is based on your discretion. Do whatever you deem fit. The dropping of your neck is depending on your client. You can do a round neck. You can also do a V neck. If you're using a V neck, this is what you're going to be doing. I'm using 6 inches. If you want to do a V neck, you can use 6 inches. You can use more than that, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. Now, this is what we have after rolling all our lines. And all this now is your vertical measurements. Now, once you go into the round measurements, your circumference measurements, I'm going to be dividing my bust by 4. Add allowance to it and just mark it right there as you see me do here. Do the same thing for your nipple points, which is also your bust area. Come down to your under busts. Take your under bust measurements. Remember, you already have your measurement for your client, so use your client's measurement. All you need to do is divide every measurement by 4, guys. All measurements divide by 4. Add allowance to it, your desired allowance, and that's it. And the next thing, I'm going to connect them together. You can use your ruler to connect it, just like you see me illustrate here. You can also use your free hand. I prefer to use my free hands. Why? Because I'm very good at it. And over the years, I have practiced it very well. So if you're good with your free hand, it's still fine. But if you're not good with your free hand, you can make use of your ruler to connect your lines together. Now I'm going to be connecting from my shoulder all the way to my chest line. And this is going to serve as my armhole curve. But before that, make sure you get the middle point of your armhole dropping. Get the middle point. Mine is 4.5 and I've marked it right there. On that 4.5, come in by half an inch, just like you see me do here. Just come in by half an inch, mark it, and then connect it all the way to your bust line. 1, 2, and 3. You just connect it all the way to your bust line. I'll be using my curved ruler this time around to get my curvings. If you don't have a curved ruler, you can simply do what I'm doing right now. Just go to that point and mark 1.5, and it will help you to get your curves right. If you don't understand what I just said now, please go ahead and rewind this video and you will see what I did. So the whole essence of this part is just make sure that you're connecting from your shoulder down all the way to your chest line. Now this is me using my curved ruler to curve out my neckline and then my v-neck. So you can use either of them. I had to make it 2 so that either of them that you want to work with is fine. You can use the round one, you can use the v-neck, you can even do a block neck. Whatever you want to do with your neck is okay by you. Just use your discretion. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. Now I am not cutting on the curved line because the curved line is only on the front. Like you see me explaining here. The curve is only for the front, guys. But I will do that after I have cut out my back piece. I'll just label this my front piece. This is my chest line. This is my nipple points. Here is my under bust. Here is my full length. And the remaining part is my allowance. I hope you understand. Now, this is the back piece. There's something I call copy and paste. And that's what we're going to do at the back now, guys. For drafting of your back bodies, you don't need too much division or mathematics here. Just place your front right on top of the back that you have folded into two. Take out your zipper allowance. This is me taking out 1.5. I'm going to be using this for my zipper allowance. I'll take it all the way to the down and connect the lines together. This is going to serve as my zipper allowance. Now all your measurements are going to start from that line. So you're going to place your front piece right on top of the back piece. It's very simple. Just place it on top and copy and paste whatever you have. The only difference is the neckline. Now you're going to the back neck usually comes 1 inch at the back. Now I usually mark before 1 inch. I don't use exactly 1 inch because after turning with my lining, turning the neck and all that, I'll still end up with 1 inch. So guys, it's either you use that or you want to do a deep neck. Now I like working with 7 inches because your bra length is from 8 inches. So if you want to make a deep back, now you can go ahead and design the back however you want it. So I am still going to go ahead and make 2 necklines for the back, just like we did in the front. This is to show you, and then you can try whichever one you want. Either you make it a high neck or you make it a deep back neck. Now the next thing is to follow up with your front pattern and then cut every other part the same way. Now I'm going to be cutting out this curved part just for my front piece. This is going to make your front armhole to lap very well. Now the next thing guys is to go ahead and mark your dart measurements, which is your nipple to nipple measurements. Divide your nipple to nipple measurements, divide it by 2. Whatever you have, that is what you're going to use for your dart. So first of all, I want to fold my zipper allowance inside, and then I'll go ahead and measure my dart measurement. Take my dart measurements. I'll be marking 4 inches right at the down part. The next thing you want to do is to measure 1/2 inch on both sides, right here and right here, just like I just did now. And the next thing, you come to your under bust and repeat that 4 inches measurements. Use a ruler to connect them together, and then you form your darts. You're going to repeat the same thing at the back, exactly what I'm doing. So this is me repeating my measurements at the back for my under bust, because I want my darts to stop at the under bust of the back. But if you want yours to go higher, depending on what you are making, you can make yours go higher than your under busts. I mean for the back bodice. So at the end of the day, when you're sewing it, this is what it's going to look like. So guys, we are done measuring the darts. I'll just label this the back and I'll cut out my neckline. For the back, I want to go ahead with the deep back. So here we go. This is your front and this is your back. It's very easy guys. The main essence of knowing how to draft main bodies is for you to know the position of your body measurements. So guys, if you have any question, you can go ahead and drop it on the comment section. And if you understood this tutorial, you find it quite simple or quite easy, do well to give us a thumbs up guys. I really appreciate that. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, and if you're yet to subscribe, please do well to click on that red subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.